Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 190 update for the Darth Loquitur account. I update this account's progress every week, go through all the characters, ships, mods, Datacrons, whatever we're doing for the account so that y'all can follow along. Please remember, as we get started, if you could be so kind as to hit that like button, it does help me, it helps the channel, and I would appreciate if you could do that for me. Okay, coming off of last week, we had the big Gungan event and a lot of progress. So this week, the resources feel a little more scarce. We got Merrin, finally, after so long. Seems like it's taken me forever to get around to relicking Merrin, but here we go. We're going to take her up to Relic 3. We've got a bunch of the other Night Sisters at Relic 3. We got Doc at 5. I'm looking at these skills on Merrin and I'm thinking, you know what? We're just going to take her all the way. We're going to make this character shine for Grand Arena. There's some good things that they can do. So now that we've got Merrin, we should be able to do some new and interesting things with our Night Sister team. Good stuff. We do have enough Kyros that I can put one Kyro onto my Jedi Knight Cal Kestis Journey character, so I put one on Tarful. We'll lock down the gear for Tarful and for Saw Gerrera. They just need Kyros for the next level. Going into mods for the week, we've got quite a few gray mods that we can work on here. We miss on the first one, we get 10 speed. Go up to 15 on the second mod here. We take it up to 6 dots, 16 speed. And that's as far as we can get on that mod for today. Working on a couple of these other ones, missing speed on a lot of these. Trying, hitting one roll. Here we get 8 speed. It's worth trying again. We get 12 speed. We'll stop at purple. 5 speed on that one, didn't hit. 4 speed, didn't hit. 4 speed, we miss. Here we get 9 speed, and we take it up to purple. 9 speed, usually we don't take to purple, but that one I thought was worth giving a try. Here we're working on some green and blue mods. We get 10 speed on that one, but we're about out of slicing materials and about out of good mods to slice, so for the rest of the week, I'm pretty much just going through cleanup mode, selling off a bunch of 1-speed mods and selling off a bunch of arrows, trying to clean the count out, keep it at 250 mods or less in inventory. That's my goal. Datacrons, we're going to continue to work on this one. It's a 15% max health. We get offense and offense for the 2 mid-rolls. We'll take it up to level 7, and we get the obligatory accuracy roll at 7. It seems like I get accuracy in one of those top slots on almost every Datacron that I develop. I don't have more that I want to develop here, so I have to take a quick detour, go over to Conquest, and farm up a few new mods or new Datacrons to work on. We get crit avoidance, crit chance on the first tier. We'll re-roll this 3rd level ability, and we'll get light side health and protection max, so that's good. We'll take that. Crit damage on the mid-rolls here, crit avoidance. We don't mind crit avoidance, it's not that bad. At least we didn't get accuracy on that one, so that's better than average for my rolls. Rolls of accuracy on the first one here, but then armor penetration. Go for the level 3, again we'll re-roll this, trying to get some more of those 15% wherever we can get them. Here's a dark side 15%, so we'll take that. And we'll level this up, get crit chance. 8% offense, that's looking pretty good for this mod so far. Only got 1 accuracy roll at the lowest level. Inquisitors, we don't really want to re-roll that. Here we get crit damage, and then we're out of money. We actually do have more materials, but we're out of money, so over the course of the next week, we'll continue to buy that with the Shard Shop. Looking in Conquest, we're already at box 5 after the first week, so we'll have plenty of time to farm up more Datacrons next week. And I don't know. I took a look at this, and I think I'm close to being able to red box it, but there's a few key feats that I'm just not in a position to do well on, and I haven't figured out a trick to do them. So throughout the course of the next week, I'll take a look at all of the feats that I can do, and if I can figure out a way to do the last couple, maybe I can get the red box. But if not, we'll at least get box 6. And I think with box 6, we'll be able to unlock after 5 or maybe even 4 rounds of Conquest. I really want Luthen, but I'm not in a hurry to get him, so it's okay if it takes just a little bit longer on that. I'm okay with that. Week 190, we're at 9.59 million galactic power, 171 relics, 148 zetas, 25 Omicrons. JMK is getting us top 50 in the squad arena. With the new Datacron set and the fact that a lot of JMK versus JMK battles now just time out, I'm actually holding a pretty high placement in squad arena. It's helpful. It gets you extra materials that we can use to buy stuff out of that shop, so we'll take it. Profundity and Chimera are getting us top 5, and I'm really going to have to start going for number 1 every day, and I'll explain that here in a minute. In GAC, we're Kyber 2, and I've got a super ambitious project. I'm going to try to get Boss Nass all the way to Relic next week. So I'm going to try to take a Gungan who has no current Kyro and get all of his Kyro on him in 1 week. See if I can do it. All right, in terms of next week's farming, we got Keller and Beck, Paz, and Boobadir that we're farming with energy. We're still farming the shuttle, the Imperial shuttle. I've been farming that thing forever, and it's still not 7 stars, and I still got a long way to go on it. But I don't know, maybe maybe I'll quit farming it. I mean, I need it someday, but man, it seems like I'm just wasting my money over there right now, my energy anyway. Cantina will work on signal data mod. Energy will work on slicing materials and mods for split 4 and 3. I might do more slicing materials next week. We'll see. Refresh strategy is 3 mod and 5 or 6 on regular energy. We're going to talk about that here in a bit. And then 3 on fleet and Cantina. 2024 planning is just very simple. We're on the Jedi Knight Cal Kestis journey. We're working on the Gungans for the raid and gearing things up. Tier 2, we really don't have a very strong Tier 2 project right now because even the Tier 2 stuff that we want still needs Kyro, so there's not really a lot going on in the account as far as building up characters in the background. We do have some relic variants that we could look to if we get in that position. And then here we go. The relic plan that I had laid out, I think, a couple of months back, it's done. You know, we went through, we sorted out all of the best relics that we thought we wanted to do, Cal Kestis for the Ray team, all that stuff, and I made this list. And yeah, the list is complete. Well, except for number 6 being raid characters and the Gungans, but yeah, we did Cal, Queen Amidala, Barriss, Merrin and Seer, and Padme. So for anybody who's not doing this, if you sit down and think it through and make a list of the things that you want to work on, obviously it's much more likely that you're going to get what you want. So, you know, take a look at that. I made a new list. And this new list, it's interesting. I got a lot of characters at Gear 12 that I really want to get to Gear 13, including Malgus and 50 RT and just lots of characters that I feel like they're already at Gear 12. I've taken them that far, and it'd be nice to take them up. But when I was looking at that, I'm going to make a commitment to this series of Rebels, and I'll talk about why here in a minute. So Gungans are going to take the number 1 slot. We still have to work through the Jedi Knight Cal Kestis journey. We've got some more Kyros to go to finish that out, but we'll get that. We'll get the Gungans going. And then for relics, I'm looking at Kyle Katarn, Pow, Hoth, Rebel Scout, Luthen, and Malgus. And the reason I'm looking at this team, just to be clear, well, we'll go into that in a minute, actually. So back to the 100 cost refreshes for Kyros. I'm looking at the timeline, and if I want to get the Gungans done by August, I can't meet the Gungan timeline and also finish out the Cal Kestis journey free to play unless I start doing more refreshes for Kyro. So I'm going to stop doing the shuttle out of farm. I may take a look at even Paz and maybe just put him on pause for a minute and stop doing anything but the Gungans. Keller and Beck might have to wait, so I might just push the pause button on those guys for about a week, about 4 weeks maybe, and just do all Kyro farming and make sure that I can get enough Kyro for the Gungans. Now, if I just do 2 extra refreshes, that's about, let's say, 40 to 50 Kyro per week. Over the course of 6 weeks, that would be about 250 to 300 Kyro, which isn't still not enough to make up the difference. Based on my calculated rate of progress in this account, I'm actually about 600 Kyro in total short of doing both the Cal Kestis journey as well as the Gungans. So that's why I'm going to have to drop down some of my hard node farms and just focus up. I'm going to start out doing 3 refreshes daily, but I think I'll start each day dropping crystals. I'm going to see for the next couple weeks if I do 6 refreshes every day, the 50s and the 100s. We'll see where that positions us. And then if I can drop back to 2, it may be possible that I can shuffle some things around, you know, do 1 less fleet refresh per day maybe, and 1 more regular energy refresh. So I'm going to try to juggle and balance this. But the other thing that comes out of this is I really need all 400 of the crystals out of fleet every day. I'm kind of, I don't really want to say that I'm lazy about my fleet placement because I go for top 5 every day. But if I get 5th, 4th, 3rd, I don't care. Once I'm in the top 5, I'm done for the day. I've got to play at noon on my lunch hour while I'm at work. So typically I get 1 or 2 games. If I can get my placement with a couple games, then I'm just done and I walk away from it and I'm happy with what I got. But if I'm going to be doing this refresh strategy like this and trying to manage the crystals without spending money on the game, then we really have to take a look at getting those 400 crystals. So I may have to try to make that commitment and really push for that top spot every day. I don't know that I'll get it every day, but I'll certainly, you know, at least spend all 5 of my attempts if needed to get there. Now, the reason why I'm so hot on Luthen, so I'm reading his kit, and there's a particular sequence that should be possible that's going to enable Kyle Katarn, in theory, just from what I'm looking at, what I'm calculating, to one-shot something in the game. So let's take a look at the relevant skills on Luthen. It's called What I Sacrifice or something like that. So if the leader's Rebel and not a Galactic Legend, which it's going to be Mon Mothma, so okay. We summon a Rebel Trooper and promote it to Commander. If the Commander is already present, which he will be in Grand Arena, right? We'll already have the Commander up and running. Dispel all debuffs on them and they gain a bonus turn. So we give a bonus turn to our Rebel Commander. Target Rebel Fighter or Mon Mothma ally gains 30% offense and is immune to turn meter reduction until the end of the next turn. I see people look at that and go, why is there Mon Mothma in there? Mon Mothma doesn't need offense. She can't attack. It's just because Mon Mothma is not a Rebel fighter. So in order to be inclusive and specific of what they're trying to do with this character, they have to specify that it's Rebel fighters and also Mon Mothma. Otherwise, she'd be left out because she's not a Rebel fighter. I don't know a circumstance that you'd target Mon Mothma with this, but you could if you needed to. Okay, and then it says that target Rebel ally is going to gain Frenzy for 2 turns. So whoever you target is going to gain Frenzy. If the commander's already present in Grand Arena, all allies are going to gain critical damage up for 2 turns. Mon Mothma and all other Rebel fighters gain 30% offense stacking and are immune to turn meter reduction. And that last line says that the particular character that you target is going to ignore taunt until the end of his next turn. So what we assume that Kyle Katarn is going to go right before Luthen. So we go first with Kyle Katarn. We try to get his debuff on somebody if we can, but we take a turn with Kyle because why not, right? Then we're going to target the Kyle with this ability from Luthen. We're going to give a free turn to the commander. We're going to give 30% offense, frenzy, crit damage up. everything gets another 30% offense on top of that. The commander's going to take his free turn. He's going to use the ability, special ability, to trigger Frenzy on Kyle, give Kyle another turn, and also give him armor penetration up buff. When Kyle takes his turn, he's going to have 60% extra offense, crit damage, armor penetration buff, and he's going to ignore taunt. So my calculation is he's going to roughly do 300% damage compared to what his lightsaber toss does already. Now that's already a very damaging attack. I've fought against some Kyle Katarns that are Relic 7 or Relic 8, and when they throw that lightsaber out there, it really hits hard. So if we've focused on offense with our Kyle Katarn, I would say do a crit damage triangle, maybe, but maybe just all offense everywhere, and then let the critical damage up buff work. Because remember, if you're increasing your critical damage and then you're increasing it with a buff on top of that, it's non-linear. So once you buff your critical damage once, you're almost always better off taking just more offense. I'll have to do the calculations, but I think just all offense on Kyle, offense arrow, offense triangle, offense cross, all of it, and just run it that way. But this hit should be massive, monstrous. Single hit, doesn't require the rest of the team assisting. It's a known thing, so we're not requiring Luthen to be good. We're only requiring Luthen to be able to do what's written in his kit. So he should be able to do his thing, and we're relying on Kyle's ability to be able to one-shot. Now, I don't know exactly what team this might be most effective against, but I'm thinking against, maybe even against the Queen Amidala team. So the problem with the Amidala team is that obviously it's extremely durable, the clone is annoying, all these things. But this team could potentially just snipe Queen Amidala out in one shot. So if Kyle can hit hard enough and just, throw the lightsaber in there and pick her off, maybe this becomes a counter to the Queen Amidala team. So I don't know. It's hard to tell, of course, before you have the characters in your hands. But when I'm looking at this skill and how much offense it stacks, and we have POW in the team that gives us the offense up buff in addition to that. So there is the potential for this one 430,000 damage hit. And then with the 2 turn meter generators in POW and the Hoth Rebel Scout, once we take that turn, then it becomes an Imperial Trooper style of team. So as long as we're fighting against an enemy that's not preventing turn meter gain in some way, then we can just run up the turn meter and get more turns. So in some ways, it's hard to tell, right? It's hard to know, but I don't know. I see the potential for this Mon Mothma team to just be a monstrosity, like a must-have team if you build these characters in the right way. So I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, so to speak, and let's say the tier 2 relicking, what I do in the background, I'm gonna base it off of the fact that I expect Luthen to be good, and so that's why this this relic priority looks like it does with the POW, Kyle Katarn, and the Hoth Rebel Scout, taking priority over things like 50 RT and Malgus and other really good things that I could be relicking. So let me know in the comments below if you think I'm making a big mistake going all in on Luthen, if you think that he's not going to be as good as I think he's going to be. Post that in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'm always interested in the debate. And, I listen and hear people and take advice from others. So, if you think that's the wrong direction, let me know and we'll take a look at it again. But I think it has the potential to be an interesting team. And there are teams where sniping out the one key character, a Maul team, for example, if you could just go in there against a Maul team and just kill Maul in one hit. If there's some team that has a Vandor Chewbacca with Dash Rendar, and that's a hard team, just one-shot the Vandor Chewbacca. There's a lot of teams that become a lot more manageable if you can just execute the one right character right at the start. So that's what I'm investing in. That's what I'm thinking. I may be wrong, but that's what we'll work on. All right, that's going to be the week 190 update for the Darth Loquitur account. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe to the channel to see more of this stuff in the future. Notification bell tells you when I'm doing my live streams. And of course, we've got a nice Discord community, great place for new players, mid-game players to hang out, have fun, talk to people, get advice on account building. There's a lot of experienced people that, have similar ideas and have been playing efficiently and like my stuff because of the efficiency models. And they'll help new players with the same kind of answers that I would. So there's plenty of people over there to give you advice. There's an Ask Loquitur channel if you want to talk to me directly. Just leave a message there and I'll reply when I get a chance. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next Holocron.